So who we sitting down with today?
JB, aka the Gunna, aka Mr. Pilot Shift himself.
Right. And this is live from the basement. So where you from?
I'm from Pittsburgh, man, but honestly, I've been in Altoona my whole goddamn life. So I claim Altoona over Pittsburgh, but I was born in Pittsburgh.
For real. So what age did you move to Altoona?
I was a baby, bro.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, so I'm young.
So what was like your upbringing like coming up?
My upbringing, I'd say it was a little bit flashy, you know what I mean? I had an uncle that played in the NBA, so he spoiled us, you know what I mean? Fucking Florida, out of town every goddamn summer. You know what I mean? This motherfucker would be taking us to amusement parks and all types of shit, like, when I was growing up. Like, I try to follow in his footsteps, so I was playing ball once I was growing up, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I was addicted to the basketball shit and all that, like.
Right, so what made you kind of like, or like at what age did you kind of switch from like basketball to like pursuing music?
I say when I was like 14, bro, I started leaning towards the music route. I still played basketball and shit, but like I started smoking a lot of weed and shit. So like before I even go to practice, I'd be smoking a blunt in the crib playing the game with the fucking homies and shit. You know what I mean? When I should be focused on basketball, but yeah. So I probably around 14, I started getting into the music shit. Mainly listening to it and, you know what I mean, freestyling here and there and shit like that. But I think I started taking it serious when I got to like 17, 18, when I started seeing like, you know what I mean, people from like Wiz Khalifa and all them coming up out of Pittsburgh and all that, you know what I mean, Mac Miller. That's who I was listening to back then and shit. And yeah, it made me want to be a rapper, you know what I mean? I wanted to get a deal, get all that big money shit, you know what I mean? Like,
I feel it, bro. I feel it. All right. So who were some of your like musical influences when you first started getting into making music?
Honestly, bro, I say Taylor Gang, Wiz Khalifa and all them. Like, low key, one of my biggest influences though is Snoop Dogg. You know what I mean? He just been doing it for so long. He like one of the biggest famous rappers that there is out there. Like, that motherfucker can go to New York or over to Thailand the same day, and motherfuckers know him as soon as he get out the car. You know what I mean? So like, fact that he real crip too. So the fact that he was on his gangster shit and still able to maintain this crazy lifestyle that, you know what I mean, is positive at the end of the day too for everybody. Anybody can look up to him, like the kids and shit. Like that's probably one of my biggest influences is Snoop Dogg. Like, I grew up on the Wiz Khalifa Taylor Gang shit. Like, you know what I mean? The niggas came out of Pittsburgh, so I was hip to that.
Nah, that's tough, man. So like, what are some of the visions that you have for yourself as an artist?
Basically just getting that deal, man, getting that money, flashy, you know what I mean? Basically what everybody want as when they first start wanting to be a rapper and shit. Like, now it's changed, but yeah, that's basically how I felt whenever I first started. Like, I just wanted try to get signed, try to get that money, you know what I mean? Go buy the fucking foreign and shit like that, you know what I mean? Like,
definitely. No, I feel it, bro. I do see that like you take your craft real serious too, you feel me? Like, even down to performing and stuff like that. I think I seen you at one of the rehearsals for one of the African American Heritage festivals.
Yeah.
You do them just about every year though, right?
Yeah, I tapped in with them when they first started, when it was down at the campus, and then they had switched it over. It shut down for a while, and then it switched over to the the museum over there by McDonald's and shit.
Right.
And that's when I first tapped back in again. This year gonna be my 4th year in a row, I think.
Damn.
Going back, so yeah, I'm tapped in with them.
Have you thrown any shows yet or not yet?
Nah, bro. Other than like my last biggest show was the joint over at the Jaffa.
Oh yeah,
with
P&B
Rock. You know what I mean? The homies put that joint together, which was legendary, bro. R.I.P. him.
That's a big moment, bro.
Yeah, that joint was legendary. That was my last biggest show. I haven't really been tapped in with the music, bro, since then. Like, I've been on my dad's shit lately. You know what I mean? My husband's shit lately, so.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
Because I seen, like, you dropped your last project in, like, 2023, which was Dream Demons, you feel me? But before we get into Dream Demons, I kind of want to tap in a little earlier in your catalog, you feel me? The first album that I came across was Enforcement, right?
Okay.
That's not your first project, though, right?
No.
So, were you dropping on SoundCloud before that?
Yeah, I was definitely SoundCloud. And, SoundCloud, some YouTube shit.
So how many mixtapes you got out before, you started dropping your albums?
I'd say one.
Just one?
Yeah, just one.
Okay.
I was that artist, bro, where I had so many songs and motherfuckers like, yo, bro, I ain't got no mixtapes. I ain't got no albums. Like, I just never cared for them. You know what I mean? Like, I never cared to put a whole joint together. I was just single. You know what I mean? So, like, after a while, the homies was in my ear, and I finally tapped in with my first project, which was Pilot Shift V1, and it just went from there.
So speaking of Pilot Shift, you got the Pilot Shift merch on, you know. Shout out to you for having merch, you feel me? Because I feel like that's something that a lot of artists know they should have, but don't actually go through with having it, you know. Yeah. So you actually sitting here with Pilot Shift. Do you mind telling me what the meaning of Pilot Shift is?
Alright, so Pilot Shift basically, like, I smoke a lot of weed, you know what I mean? So, right. And I can still work, maintain a positive lifestyle without having to, you know what I mean? Like I don't get in trouble and shit like that. So basically when I came up with the Pilot Shift shit back in the day with the homies, it's basically like, you know what I mean? You could smoke, be on the job, still function normally, like you sober and everything, you know what I mean? And just like still live your life normal. Like, right. Motherfuckers ain't looking like no dope heads, you know what I mean? Like I ain't going into work and breaking shit or harming other people, you know what I mean? Harming myself, or I can still wake up in the morning every single day, you know what I mean? Roll my blunt and then go get that money for the day, you know what I mean? So like when I came up with the Pilot Shift shit, it's basically like smoking while on the job, but you not on the job. Like clearly you can't go into certain establishments smoke, you know what I mean? But it's basically like, you know what I mean? I'm high off of life, you know what I mean? Like I can smoke and still maintain a positive lifestyle.
Now that's dope.
Yeah.
So if somebody wanted to get some of your merch, how would they go about getting it?
You basically just gotta contact me, DM me. Honestly, bro, like I haven't been taking my merch serious like I should be. Like just like my music, I haven't been taking, like the last 2 years, I haven't been taking my music serious. I haven't been taking my merch serious. I'm slowly starting to get back into everything. You know what I mean? Right. Like I took a little break. You know what I mean? I was focusing on work, focusing on being a father, dad. You know what I mean? So I definitely should be pushing this shit a lot more than what I am. Like, so if y'all out there and y'all do got merch, don't never stop pushing that joint and promoting it because you got to. Like, there's people out there right now that don't even know I got this shit in Altoona and I've been out here half my life. You know what I mean? So it's like, you gotta promote. And that's one thing I haven't been doing lately is promoting my shit.
Well, we promoting it now, man. A lot of people gonna see this joint. So,
MGE wear, by the way.
Definitely. So, your second project, or your first album on streaming services, was The Enforcement.
Yeah.
What was the meaning behind that title if it had one?
The Enforcement, basically, I came up with like, you know what I mean? I'm ready to kick in these doors and like, I'm done playing around with everybody. Like, this is go mode, you know what I mean? Like, right. The Enforcement, like, we enforcing shit over here. Like, I ain't got no choice but to see that picture that me kicking in the studio door and then, you know what I mean? Yeah. Just listening to what I got to say, like, so that's what The Enforcement came from. Ready, just basically like I'm ready to kick in these doors and keep it pushing.
Nah, that's tough, bro. And then your second one was Pilot Shift 2.
Mm-hmm.
As far as Pilot Shift 2, like, what was the process in like creating that music? Like, before I ask you that, do you record yourself or do you go to a studio?
I always go to someone else, rather if it's, you know what I mean, one of the homies that got their little setup because they be mixing and mastering their own shit, or I'll go to Johnstown to somewhere like Prada Studios. A lot of people know that. Yeah, you know what I mean? The boy Cam down there. Shout out Cam. He produced a couple of my songs and shits for a couple of my tapes. And then Rollo Recording Studio down there in Johnstown. I tapped in with them too.
I never heard of them.
Yeah, it's O-Head. Yeah, he got a professional studio down there too.
Right.
Yeah, they both out of Johnstown too.
So what was your process in making Pilot Shift 2?
Pilot Shift 2, man. Those Pilot Shift mixtapes and albums is a journey, you know what I mean? Like that's that back when I was on my trippy shit, you know what I mean? Like I was partying, drinking, you know what I mean? Popping pills, all that crazy partying shit back then. So like when I made Pilot Shift V1, it was just like a turn up, like lifestyle, like how we, you know what I mean, what we do on the daily, you know what I mean, what we drink, you know what I mean, what we smoking, and bitches, all that type of shit. So like when I made Pilot Shift 2, it was still along those terms, but it was a little bit more cleaned up. Like I tried to actually get into making actual music, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, so not to cut you off, I do notice that with The Enforcement, you got your family on the cover.
Yeah.
So is that also like around the time that change happened?
Yeah, yep.
Right, yep. So when you start having your kids pretty much.
Yes, sir.
I get it. So, and then you released a deluxe for Pilot Shift 2. What made you decide to release the deluxe?
Honestly, I started doing the deluxes just because I seen the bigger artists doing it, and it was like, you know what I mean? It's like a extra vibe to the joint you already put out. So instead of having the fans wait, maybe a year or so for my next project to come out, you know what I mean? I'm gonna drop a deluxe on top of the joint I just released. All different music, all different vibes, but kind of the same concept. You know what I mean? So like that's how I got into the deluxes, just seeing the bigger artists do it.
That's hard. I did the same thing.
Yeah.
So Enforcement 2, I'm guessing that was more the same vibe that you was on Enforcement 1.
Yeah.
Was there any differences or any growth that you noticed making it that project versus the first one?
Honestly, just like Pilot Shift V1, I feel as though I got more creative, you know what I mean? The songs started to get a little bit better. The concept of the whole album started to be as a one instead of all over the place, you know what I mean? Like, so like my Enforcement Volume 1 was a lot more trippier than my Enforcement Volume 2, you know what I mean? The Pilot Shift V1 was more trippier than the Pilot Shift V2. It's just like different times where I was at in life, you know what I mean? Like I said, back then I was a big ass drinker.
Right. That's funny and shit. So for some reason that don't surprise me, man. You seem like you like a good beer, but so your project after that, man, was Dream Demons. I do remember you heavily promoting the Dream Demons song. I used to see it in the story all the time. I think I've seen you leaving work with that, like in the joint, just playing that song, which is a dope vibe. It's like acoustic, no drums and stuff like that. Definitely dope intro. What made you decide to rap on or make a song on a beat with no drums and just kind of like harmonize and stuff like that?
Honestly, man, just listening to certain big artists, certain unsigned artists, and just like that. I love that melody type shit. Like I'm more of a slow melody type beat, you know what I mean, than that club banger type shit. You know what I mean? And like that's how I started doing my music, like the storytelling kind of, you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, that's basically
that's why I asked. Only because like a lot of artists don't think to go for a melodic beat with no drums. You feel me? That's something that I've done myself. Just because I feel like it kind of sets the vibe and they hear what you're saying a little bit better. But like I said, most artists pick the 808s and stuff like that. So it was just interesting that you chose that. Yeah. But that was in 2023. It's 2025 now. We haven't had any new music for quite some time. And what was the reason behind the hiatus?
Behind the what?
Hiatus, I'm sorry.
What, like the pause in music?
Yeah, like
all right, so let me rewind back a little bit. So when I can't remember what I released first. I think it was the youngest in charge V2, if I'm not mistaken, before the Dream Demons. And that was back when me and wifey was going through a little problem we was going through, you know what I mean?
Right.
And we had separated back then. So like that's what, if you notice, Dream Demons is a whole different type vibe almost from my other releases. You know what I mean? Like, ain't no shoot 'em up, bang bang type vibes and that shit. Like, it's just like, so like, I made Youngest in Charge when me and wifey was going through our differences and shit. Which if you go through, I don't know if you listened to that yet.
Yeah, no, I didn't hear Youngest in Charge.
All right, so Youngest in Charge got like 6 songs on it. You gotta go tap into that joint. You're gonna see the switch up from the Enforcement and the Pilot shifts to that. And that's gonna show you like, oh, okay, yeah, he must have been going through something at this time, just because of how the music is. So like, once I made that, it was basically all of those melody, no beat, bass type beats. You know what I mean? So like, that's what made me come up with the Dream Demons. Dream Demons, I came up with when me and wifey got back together and shit. You know what I mean? And it's just like, you know, motherfuckers just got having dream demons. You know what I mean? Like, but everything cool now. You know what I mean? Yeah. Everything cool, and yeah, I came up with that joint, which a lot of people fucked with that shit. Like, more than all my other shits I released, a lot of people tapped into that little album I put out.
That's good, man. That's dope. I mean, I feel like people do like the transparent shit too. You feel me? It's more relatable, but
yeah. But back to your question, that break I took after Dream Demons, I just like, my money come in from work. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people get a lot of money from their music and shit. Like I'm not one of those people that generate a lot of money from my music right now. So like being a working husband, dad, I focused on my work shit more than the music shit at the moment. Like I had my run back in the day, you know what I mean? TTU and shit, little group we had. And doing all the shows out here. Like everybody I noticed out here, they had a run.
Right.
And then it mellows out after a while. Because it's Altoona, like, don't nobody even out this joint even like hip-hop or rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's a couple people that do, but a lot of people out here don't like that shit. Like, so it's hard to get venues, it's hard to do this and that when you're a rapper. So, you know what I mean? I took a break. Now I'm starting to get back into it. I did the interview with, you know what I mean, I Man Cash and them, Talk of the Town.
Yeah, shout out to
Bucks and them, shout out y'all. And you know, I've been wanting to tap in with you years ago.
You know what's funny?
Because like I said, I got a lot of music, bro, but I only got a little bit of videos. That's what I'm trying to focus on now is putting videos out, letting people see the lifestyle. You know what I mean?
Definitely gonna figure it out
for sure.
And it's funny when I first reached out to you, I think I was trying to do like a documentary out this joint.
Yeah.
Even though this ain't really a documentary, this kind of is documenting what's going on out here. So it still happened anyway. You feel me? Just took some time and. I'm glad that you was able to come on the platform.
Yeah, for sure.
So, do you feel like, as far as the music scene goes out here, you've been doing music for like a while. Do you feel like you an OG out here? Do you feel like you get that respect and you treat it like?
I mean, yeah. I'm one of the OGs. You know what I mean? Like,
I always
I feel like I'm one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I always say like.
Just because I've been doing it for so long, and I am 30 years old now. I don't know if anybody noticed that, but yeah, I'm 30 now. You know what I mean? So. I'm in the old head stage almost. So I've been doing it for a while, man. You know what I mean? Compared to the young niggas.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that. Like I feel like we in a new era as far as what's going on musically, but it's not like we in the old like it's not that we're an old era, but I feel like the older generation would be like, you know, people like me, you, 100K, Piranha, Slime,
for sure.
Nathan Kidd. You know, that crop, and then before there was like T Nasty, Nick Cage, and them. So you feel me? That's another reason why the interviews is important because you kind of get to like see the history behind it. But you have done a lot, man, and you're deciding to come back now. Have you been working on any new music?
Yeah, I got 2 freestyles that I'm getting ready to release. I'm about to release one today, so that Proud of Me joint with Meek Mill and Friday, and then I got another joint that's off of Dirk's instrumental. Both of them joints is done. I'm just waiting to probably gonna throw them joints on YouTube. I might drop the Proud of Me today just so everybody can hear like what I've been. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I got 2 singles too that I got in the tuck that I ain't released. I had them joints for about a year now, and I'm working on another project. It's probably gonna be the Pilot Shift V3.
That's hard.
Maybe.
That's hard.
So look out for that, and it's gonna be different than the first 2 Pilot Shifts, but it's still gonna have that turn up vibe to it. You know what I mean? Like
I'm looking forward
for sure.
I'm definitely looking forward to seeing y'all pop back out, man. Yeah. I feel like the music scene right now, even though it's been in a fairly decent space for a while. I feel like for some reason it just seems like it's a lot more going on nowadays.
Yeah.
And I feel like I see more people throwing shows and stuff like that on their own, for that matter. You know, I see a lot more artists popping out, new artists, and I feel like the support system, for the most part, from what I see, everybody supporting each other and stuff like that. So, with that being said, how do you feel about what you see going on, like as far as the music scene from like here to Johnstown and stuff like that?
What you mean going on, like?
Just the people popping out to support now. If it's things that you don't necessarily like either, if you could touch on it without, you know, being controversial, that's up to you. You feel me?
Nah, honestly, man, like, I love the music scene out here to a certain extent. I feel as though there's no support though. Like nobody support each other. You know what I mean? And that's the biggest thing. In order to get Altoona on the map, we all gotta support each other because ain't nobody out here making it on their own. I feel as though nobody's big enough on their own. But if we all come together, it's way too many of us out here with talent. Like niggas could have been blew up by now, put Altoona on the map. But like,
that's true.
Everybody too stubborn. You know what I mean? Like nobody want to see the next man make more than him or get on from. You know what I mean? Signing with Dream Chasers or some shit before them, you know what I mean? So it's like everybody keeps to themselves. Like, and I'm one of them, bro. Like, I started keeping to myself. I was there for a minute. I was trying to get features like every week. Hey, motherfuckers. Like, but it's, you know what I mean? It's hard to get motherfuckers in the studio on your time. You know what I mean? So it's like I slowed down on all the extra shit.
When you say that, I think about it, like, it is hard trying to, so it's like, I guess it seems like it's in a good space because we see more people and we see more people doing stuff. But there are things that need to be worked on in terms of support and, like, you know, being there for each other. I know some of it, I don't even want to say it's politics as much as it is, like, just miscommunications probably. But Yeah, bro. I don't know. You feel me? I feel like I don't know. I feel like with this, like, you know, starting like you doing your interviews and stuff like that and getting back active, I do think that you're gonna be able to pop back out and things will go different this time. You feel me?
Yeah.
I feel like everybody's in a good space right now.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
I feel like,
They is.
If nothing else, even if we don't got the outsiders like super eyes on us right now, I feel like at least the music community kind of is aware of everybody and becoming more aware, you know, because of the interviews and people being able to see each other and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So what do you think is needed? Like why, like outside of the support and stuff like that, what do you think is needed for, like, you know, people to really see what's going on out here? Like, is it like somebody need to drop some money to get some funding for venues?
I feel like that's one of the things right there, what you just said. That's a big point. And I just feel like the OGs out here gotta start tapping in more. Yeah. And because the OGs, they the ones that can get into this establishment or get this motherfucker that can get shit shaking here and there. And it's like, I feel as though the OGs really don't support the young motherfuckers, just like the young motherfuckers don't support the OGs, you know what I mean? So like,
that's real.
Even though we try to stay off of the support subject, but it always comes back to that at the end of the day, I feel like, you know what I mean?
I agree. I think that you know, there are people that are more established and probably have some connections. I do think we also slowly making progress, but I do get that, man.
But yeah, I feel as though if we can get, you know what I mean, some funding, get these buildings jumping, you know what I mean? There's a lot of venues out here we can go to, you know what I mean? Get the professional camera going, you know what I mean? Get that joint, start vlogging out here, you know what I mean? We can get this joint jumping, bro.
And bro, there's a lot of talent out this joint.
Yeah, a lot. There's a lot.
Being that you like a father and a husband, and you work, you know, like you were saying, you know, how do you balance, you know, like being an artist and being like a, you know, a regular human being at the same time?
Honestly, bro, at the end of the day, I know, you know what I mean, you gotta be the husband and the father first, so the rap shit gets put on the back burner. So as long as I can maintain, you know what I mean, being the best dad and best father I can be, the music just come with it, you know what I mean? So like that's how I counter it.
So do you feel like, you know, just having that break, like, did you get like to reflect on life and like kind of reflect on yourself a little bit? And feel like, do you feel like you had any growth as a person and an artist?
During that break, man, I noticed like I could still do this shit. Like I made a comment years ago about motherfuckers that was 30 years old still rapping and shit, bro. And now look, I'm 30 years old in the same motherfucking boat. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
Hey, there's motherfuckers that's 40 that's getting signed. You know what I mean?
I'm 33. I didn't drop my best project, in my opinion, till I was 33. I feel like as long as you don't stop, you keep getting better. You gotta think like Drake, 37? Mm-hmm. Kendrick, like 37 probably. Shit, Kanye, even though I ain't really too crazy about his music like that lately, he in his 40s or something like that. Hov, damn near 50. So I feel like it's like playing basketball. As long as you keep using that skill, you always get better. You feel me?
Hell yeah.
And but at the same time, sometimes you do need a break to just kind of like live a little bit. You feel me? And stuff like that. So
for sure, and that's definitely what I was doing.
So how do you
living life?
So how do you plan to like kind of like get yourself back, you know, flowing in this, you know, this music scene and stuff like that?
Honestly, bro, just the hard promotion. Like I know how to promote my shit. Like I know how to promote my shit for free too. Like it's just different fucking, you know what I mean, websites, different pages, and on, you know what I mean, social media for sure. And I'm gonna start for sure getting these videos out here, man, so y'all can actually start seeing my face instead of just hearing my voice. You know what I mean? So like that's a big part right there is the videos for sure.
Yeah, I think that's something I need to work on too. But just artists in general, I feel like it don't even have to be music videos, just content period. You feel me? Like it could be a vlog or something.
Yeah, just everyday life.
You feel me?
Waking up in the morning, getting the kids ready for school. Like,
yeah, man. You brought up Wiz, and that was he's the one that put me on to like vlogs early.
Yeah, see, that's crazy. Me and my boy Shiz, free Shiz Mocha, we used to watch the day-to-days. That's what you're talking about, right? Man. That joint just had me like, it just made me want to be an artist even more. Just watching like how he go through his life.
He made that shit look fun, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And it wasn't even all just studio shit and music shit. Like he be in there smoking a blunt,
just chilling,
regular joking with their friends,
cracking jokes. Like that's what motherfuckers need to start doing, bro.
And that's something that I feel like if we all was doing that, I feel like it would also kind of just. I feel like that's why they kind of be scared to mess with artists out here, especially rappers because, you know, like they don't know what they're gonna get.
Yeah, they don't know at all.
You feel me? So it's like until the show is thrown and it's a success, they don't know. And I feel like, you know, we just gotta be more able to like show who we really are. Cause I'm gonna keep it a bean, bro. Like regardless of whatever, you know, little politics, whatever going on out here. Everybody that I met that does music out here seem like pretty cool guys.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Even
you feel me? Like you seem like a pretty cool dude. You feel me? So these days, man, like, you know, making music and stuff like that. How do you stay inspired to like keep creating and not fall back, you know, from making music completely?
I just personally love listening to my music. Like I could go the whole week just listening to my music and nobody else. So like the fact that I could do that, it just makes me want to keep going every day. You know what I mean? Like even during that time I took off, I still wanted to go to the studio every single day. You know what I mean? Like just the process of it, my man.
Right, man. So what were some of the trials and tribulations you had, you know, trying to establish yourself as an artist out here in the alternative music scene?
Ups and downs, man. Like I said, everybody has they. I feel like the 814, everybody got their run. I see everybody go on they run. There's some young niggas right now going on they run. There's some motherfuckers that I don't even ever heard of. That, you know what I mean? Especially out of Johnstown. I'm noticing a lot of artists out of Johnstown that I never heard before, and they fire, and they get ready to go on they run. I can see it.
Right.
But it's just, I feel like this town, man, holds you back from being an artist. Like I was inspired my whole time making music, but it's like just the crowd out here, the support out here is just like, that shit drowns you. You know what I mean? Like it takes the life out of you.
Why do you think that is? Do you think like they kind of like, it's like, all right, the artist is going up, but if he don't make it to a certain level in a certain amount of time, they kind of start losing faith in him?
Yeah, I feel as though that's exactly how it is.
But you know, that's the thing though. It's not the artist's fault, bro. It's like we don't have outlets. It's like once you get popping, it ain't no radio station out here that's gonna play your music.
Sure.
You feel me?
Yeah. It's a professional studio right now. I've been noticing for years, and they won't let nobody in there and do hip hop or rap.
That's what I'm saying,
like,
bro. And it's like, I mean, I understand like they got their own thing going, but like that's the problem. It's like once you get popping out this joint, it's like, what do you do with it?
Exactly.
Because even still, all right, you popping artists in Altoona, but when you go to Pittsburgh, you just a nobody all over again. You feel me? So it's like that's where the unity is gonna come in. You feel me? But I'm glad that you said that. You feel me? Because I've seen a lot of artists have their runs, man, and I think that outside of just, you know, not I feel like it's hard to maintain that too. You feel me? Because as an artist, man, we get paid last, bro.
For sure.
Pay for studio time, pay for beats, we pay for photography. You make your merch, which is smart, and you record yourself and stuff like that. But for other people, man, they gotta keep coming out of pocket. So when you do record yourself, like what made you decide to start recording yourself?
Honestly, just hating to take that trip to someone else. Having to rely on someone else to finish your music, or just paying somebody else to finish your music. You know what I mean? Like, so I've always had the little setup in my house to where I can just record myself. But like I said, bro, I don't like my mixing and mastering at the end of the day. I could record a freestyle at the crib, but if I got like a hit song that I'm trying to get out there, like I'm not about to record myself. Like I'm gonna go somebody that actually really knows what they doing with that mix and master.
Nah, that's smart, bro. Listen, man, anything that's gonna save you some time, always pay for it. But sure. I think that you can learn, bro. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna put you on to something. I don't know if you heard of Waveman Beats or Waveman Monopoly or something like that.
Is it the one that got all the presets and shit?
Yes, bro.
I already tapped in. I got a couple of his
I was gonna say he official, bro. He official, man. But yeah, you already on it. Do you like record other artists as well?
Nah. The fact that I don't even like recording myself and mixing and mastering at the end of the day, I'm not even about to bring somebody's work over to my crib and then setting them off with something that I don't even really approve of. You know what I mean? Right, like just the sound of it. But yeah, man, I just rather, me personally, I'd rather go to somebody that knows what they're doing at the end of the day before I do it myself.
Right, man. So as far as out here with artists, you know, who's some artists out here that you like to collaborate with?
I definitely want to collab with Chosen, man, from J-Town.
He's hard, man.
Yeah, I just started noticing his music and shit. And we did a Song Wars. And it's crazy because we did the Song Wars and me and him made it to the championship. And he smoked me with his new song he got. Because all my music, by the way, like I came with all old music. Then he hit me with this new joint that he just dropped and that joint just went. But yeah, we both made it to the championship though, so I can't be mad about that. But yeah, I want to tap in with him for sure. And there's a lot of other people, man. I can't think of their names right now because it's a lot of artists I already tapped in with.
That's what I was gonna ask you about too. Like, so who are some of the artists that you have tapped in with, and like, what was some of your do you think was like some of your best collabs that you did?
I mean, I tapped in with Des G. You know what I mean? I tapped in with Slime. I tapped in. There used to be a dude out here named Heartface. He moved out of town now. Man, I tapped in with a lot of people. Nathan Kidd for sure. Shout out him. I just tapped in with him the other day about we need to release some more music because the joints on my old album go dumb.
That's dope.
Yeah, man, it's a lot. It's a lot of people out here that I tapped in with, man.
So
it's at the tip of my tongue. I can't think of everybody though.
It's all good, bro. So what's something that you want the fans to know about your comeback? You feel me? Not saying that you need to make a comeback, but like you popping back out. What's something that you want them to know, like as far as like you coming with a vengeance or what's up, like you feel me?
Sorry for the wait, and I'm coming for that throne.
Right though.
Slowly but surely.
Right though. I respect it, bro.
Slowly but surely. I feel like with all the artists we got right now, if everybody keep pushing, something gonna crack.
Definitely, and it only take one. It only take one.
Sure.
And it's not even that they necessarily got to pull you up or put you on, but like everybody's kind of interconnected out here. So from one person that leads to another person that leads to another person.
For sure,
like
100.
That. So as far as do you have any advice for like upcoming artists just getting started?
Man, my only advice for upcoming artists is be yourself. Stop worried about the bigger artists that's already out there signed and making billions of dollars and got their deals and got their own record labels and stuff, man. Worry about yourself at the end of the day.
Right.
Yourself, and that's it.
Right.
I tell my wife all the time, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even be worried about what goes on outside of my driveway. The second I leave my driveway, I'm on go mode. The second I get in my driveway, I'm on cool. You know what I mean?
Right,
So it's
definitely.
like, I don't even be worried about what goes on the outside world. Like, and that's how people should treat their music shit. Like, even though, you know what I mean, it's good to tap in and see what other people are doing, but all that does is it makes jealousy. It make, you know what I mean? That's how the competition starts.
I agree. The comparison and stuff like that. And you know, they say comparison is a thief of joy. So it's like, that's a very true statement. You feel me? People should focus on themselves. I do feel like we should be aware as well, though, because, you know, relationships is everything. But, you know, not get caught up in like what other people are doing. You know, what's for you is for you at the end of the day.
Exactly. I got this, which is the bunny hand. I got these, which is the pilot shift shirts. I got the pilot shift hat. Well, I ain't got no more of the hats. They all sold out. I had the pilot shift hats.
Right.
And then I got these original pilot shift shirts that are different from these. Like, I got these drones professionally made from a company online.
Right.
And shout out 100K. He the one that started the clothing line that made me want to start my clothing line. I've been wanting to do a clothing line for years, but once I seen him do his jump, it made me instantly tap in. And
shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to him. He made these drones. He
That's
made
tough.
these. He made my other hats. He made my different shirts that I had. And like I said, I got these professionally made online, and I cooked this up myself.
That's hard though.
Yeah.
That's hard, bro. And shout out to 100K, man, with D&B Fashion. He's
Yeah.
definitely been doing a
That's
lot.
what made me tap in fully.
Like, homie had the billboard and everything, bro. He's definitely going hard.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
So
I forgot about that.
yeah, man. We got some people doing some big things, man, but it's almost like a glass ceiling out there.
Yeah,
bro.
for real.
And it's crazy because there's so much talent out here. I ain't even gonna lie. I pay attention to the Pittsburgh music scene too.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of dope artists out there, but I feel like we got enough like out here that we can kind of compete with any like music
crazy,
scene.
bro. As long as we had that push and that support, man.
Yeah, man.
Niggas can go.
Like, I think it'll get there, bro. I like I said, like the platform not super popping, but I feel like as people see each other, they'll be more open to like being able to communicate and kind of like build with each other. So with that being said, I ain't gonna talk your head off, man. Do you have any motivational words for the viewers?
Motivational words for the viewers, man. Wake up, live life, worry about yourself, worry about your family, do you.
That's great, man. That's wise words, man. Very wise words. And if people want to follow you or want to find your content, your music, What is your social media handles and where are you located? Like, what's your usernames on platform?
Right now, man, I just want y'all to tap into my Instagram, and that's MGE/JB.
MGEJB. And that's, you got the link in your bio. The
link in my bio, which is Linktree. It got everything in there that y'all need. Music videos, songs, all that.
Man, a lot of y'all artists, man, if y'all go on other people's pages, just hit the link in the bio, man. Everything is there,
just
man.
Just hit that link,
Everything
man.
is there.
You don't even got DM me. Like, you even got to talk to me. Like, all you got to do is just go to that Instagram, MGEJB.
Bro, got hella albums and stuff like that. The videos I did see you shoot, though. You shot with Coda.
Yup. Shout out Coda.
Yeah. He a goat out this joint, man.
Sure.
You feel me? Definitely. He was out here doing it before I was.
Yeah.
He actually brought me out a couple times to some of his shoots, which is where I met Mud or Baby Slabs now.
Okay.
Shout out to him.
Shout out him.
It's another guy, I forgot his name. He like a bodybuilder. He got a gym called Generation Now.
You talking about Dion?
Yup, Dion. Shout out to Dion. You feel me? I met him through Coda. Coda, a real genuine dude. Always hit me when he got a shoot like, yo, bro, you want to pull up? So shout out to him. How did y'all start working together?
Me and Coda?
Yeah.
Me and Coda grew up together, man. Party life out this joint. Like, we go way back. So, like, that's like a right hand right there. You know what I mean? Like, that's how me and Coda linked up. So, we been friends for a while. And then once he started shooting the videos, he knew I made music. So, that joint just linked right in. You know what I mean?
Y'all definitely got good chemistry.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm trying to remember. The one that I specifically remember the most is, like, you with, like, a mask on.
Okay,
it's like a drill song, and it's like you like.
Yeah, that was that 504 remix. Yeah, everybody fucks with that joint too. Like,
yeah, that joint like hard. That joint classic, low key. That's like, when I go on YouTube, when you type in like Altoona music scene, it's in the playlist like that joint. So definitely hard, man. Did want to ask you about that because I seen that on there, but
for sure.
I appreciate having you on here,
Appreciate you, bro. Keep pushing this joint for sure.
Thank you, bro. You about to make a real serious comeback. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm trying, man.
Hopefully, I can be a part of it in some type of way.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
for sure. I'm tapping in with you for the videos. That's a no-brainer. So like, I'm coming to you for the videos.
Me or Coda. Shout out to Coda.
Yeah,
man.
Coda. He not doing them right now. We was talking the other day. He said he trying to tap back in, but right now he not shooting.
Man, I want to see him back out here. I want to see Joe out here too.
Y'all niggas need to collab. That's one thing people don't do is collab on their videos.
You know,
like the artists collab on their music.
People don't book us. You feel me? So it's like we kind of gotta. We would just probably have to do it on our own personal level. But I do have some projects in mind where I'm going to need other videographers, and I'm always have them in mind.
I'm gonna cook something up to where y'all both gotta shoot that joint. Like,
I'm with it, bro.
Edit, you know what I mean? So that's how we gonna start getting y'all together. I'm gonna cook up a song and we gonna get to it.
Definitely, man. But like I said, man, I appreciate you coming on here, man. Looking forward to what you have to come. This is live from the basement, and we signing out, man.
Free Shiz Mugger.
Right, Free Shiz Mugger.